This video is created by Nihar Dash from YouTube. This video is created by Nihar Dash from YouTube. The Top 17 Hindu Goddesses. The Top 17 Hindu Goddesses, written by Nihar Dash for public domain purpose. Online Hinduism has both masculine and feminine deities, representing the supreme power of the universe, and all the major deities have both male and female counterparts. Hindu goddesses are the representation of Shakti, the feminine source of power in the universe. They are highly revered and powerful, and play a central role in the creation, protection, and destruction of the universe. Here is a list of 17 Hindu goddesses who are the source of this power. 1. Durga. Durga. The goddess Durga. Durga is perhaps one of the most well-known manifestations of Shakti. She is one of the principal deities worshipped during the festivals of Dashing Navaratri, one of the most important Hindu festivals. The festival also celebrates the death of Mahisasur, one of the most powerful demon gods. Mahisasur was made famous by being killed by a female deity, Durga. The demon king believed it to be impossible for a goddess to be powerful enough to kill him. Durga is thus also known as Mahisasur Mardini, or the slayer of Mahisasur. She is also the representation of feminine power in the universe. Her iconography shows her riding a lion or tiger and holding the trishul or trident. She is also portrayed with multiple hands and accompanied by the body of Mahisasur being stabbed by her trishul. 2. Kali. Kali is the feminine form of time, or the fullness of time, with the masculine noun Kala, which is a name of Lord Shiva. By extension, time is changing aspect of nature that bring things to life or death. Citation, needed. The homonym Kala, appointed time, is distinct from Kala, black, but these became associated through popular etymology. She is called Kali Mata, the Dark Mother, and also KL+, which can be read here either as a proper name or as a description, the dark blue one. 4. Kalius, also the feminine form of Kala, an epithet of Shiva, and thus the consort of Shiva. 5. 3. Parvati. Parvati. Shakti. Goddess Parvati. Parvati is one of the goddesses of the Tridevi. She is also known as Gauri. She is the wife of Shiva and the mother of Kumar and Anish. Parvati is the reincarnation of Sati, who was once the wife of Shiva, but was plunged into the fire due to her father's insulting behavior towards her husband. Parvati was born as a mortal to Parvatraj Himalaya. It was through constant penance and devotion that she was able to attain the full power of Shakti and become one of the most revered goddesses, and also the rightful wife of Shiva. Parvati is the caring and motherly representation of Shakti. Her Vahana is the lion or tiger. 4. Lakshmi. Lakshmi. Lakshmi, Hindu goddess. Lakshmi is the famous goddess of wealth, abundance, and fertility. She is worshipped during the festival of Deepawali, or the festival of light. It is believed that the cleanest and the most beautiful house will be chosen by Lakshmi on the night of the festival. Thus, devotees clean and decorate their houses with lights and garlands of flowers during the festival. She is also one of the goddesses of the Tridevi. She is the wife of Vishnu and reincarnates alongside her consort on earth. Lakshmi does not only represent materialistic wealth, but also glory, joy, and honor. Her Vahana is the owl and also the white elephant, Airawat. 5. Saraswati. Saraswati. Saraswati, goddess of wisdom. Saraswati is the goddess of wisdom, music, and learning. She is also known as Sharada. She is the wife of Brahma. Saraswati is one of the goddesses of the Hindu Tridevi, which is the feminine counterpart of the Tridevs. Her Vahana or vehicle is the swan or goose. Her iconography shows her with 4 hands, 2 of which hold the veena, a musical instrument. Saraswati Puja is observed on the day of Basant Panchami, which is also the first day of spring. Devotees wake up early in the morning and pay homage at her temples, hoping to be blessed with wisdom and knowledge. 6. Sita. Sita. Sita, Hindu goddess. Sita, also known as Janaki, is the incarnation of Lakshmi. She is the daughter of Janak, the king of Janakpur. Her name Janaki comes from her birthplace, Janaki Mandir, which is located at Janakpur in Nepal, and is dedicated to Sita. She is believed to have evolved from Bhumi and is also the daughter of Mother Earth. She is the consort of Ram and a central character in the epic Ramayana. Sita follows Ram in his 14-year exile from Ayodhya, during which she is abducted by the demon king of Lanka, Ravana. It is this act that leads to the battle where Ram kills Ravana and saves Sita. She is also remembered and revered for the Anai Pariksha, or trial by fire, that she holds on Ram's orders to prove her chastity. Sita is the representation of feminine power and virtue. 7. Mira. Mira, better known as Mirabai, and venerated as Saint Mirabai was a 16th century Hindu mystic poet and devotee of Krishna. She is a celebrated Bhakti saint, particularly in the North Indian Hindu tradition. 34 Mirabai was born into a Ratha Rajput royal family in Kutki, modern-day Pali district of Rajasthan, and spent her childhood in Murda. She is mentioned in Bhaktimal, confirming that she was widely known and a cherished figure in the Bhakti movement culture by about 1600 c. 56 Most legends about Mirabai mention her fearless disregard for social and family conventions, her devotion to Krishna, her treating Krishna as her husband, and being persecuted by her in-laws for her religious devotion. 15 She has been the subject of numerous folk tales and hagiographic legends, which are inconsistent or widely different in details. 17 Millions of devotional hymns in passionate praise of Krishna are attributed to Mirabai in the Indian tradition, but just a few hundred are believed to be authentic by scholars, and the earliest written records suggest that, except for 2 hymns, most were written down only in the 18th century. 8 Many poems attributed to Mira were likely composed later by others who admired Mira. These hymns are a type of bhajan and are very famous across India. 9 Hindu temples, such as in Chittorgarh Fort, are dedicated to Mirabai's memory. 1 Legends about Mirabai's life, of contested authenticity, have been the subject of movies, films, comic strips and other popular literature in modern times. 8 Ganga The goddess Ganga is the personification of the river Ganga and is a popular goddess in Hindu mythology. She is the daughter of Parvatraj Himalaya or Himavan and sister to the goddess Parvati. She ascended to heaven to cleanse the sins spread by Tarkasur, one of the demon kings. She descended back to earth to rinse away the sins of humankind at the request of Shiva. During her descent, Ganga was held up by the hair of Shiva to prevent the destruction of Bhumi Devi, Mother Earth, as Bhumi Devi would not be able to bear the waters falling from heaven. The river Ganga flows through the Himalayas and down to the plains of India. Devotees strongly believe that bathing in the holy river will wash away sin and negativity. 9 Radha Radharata, Hindu goddess Radha is almost always portrayed alongside Krishna. She is also known as Radhika or Radharani. It is believed that Radha and Krishna are incomplete without each other, and Radha is the companion and friend of Krishna, who represents his own divine power and the Shakti. Radha is considered to be higher than Rukmini, the wife of Krishna, and the incarnation of the goddess Lakshmi, and not the incarnation of Lakshmi, the consort of Vishnu, herself. Radha is known for her immense devotion towards Krishna, which reflects the longing of each devotee to be united with the Supreme. It was due the power of her devotion that she was able to achieve the status of goddess and become worshipped by a large number of devotees. 10 Rukmini, Sanskrit. Rukmini, lit. Radiant or adorned with gold, is a Hindu goddess and the first queen consort of Krishna and incarnation of Vishnu. She is considered as the incarnation of goddess Lakshmi. Born to King Bhishmaka of Vidarbha kingdom, Rukmini is described to be beautiful, intelligent and virtuous. When her brother Rukmi tried to forcefully get her married to Shishupala, she asked Krishna to abduct her. Krishna heroically eloped with her, and they had 10 children including Pradyumna. Rukmini is mainly worshipped in Maharashtra and South India. The people of Maharashtra venerate her with Vidobha, a regional form of Krishna, and call her Rakamai. 1 In South India, she is worshipped along with Krishna and his other consort Satyabhama. 11 Satyabhama was the daughter of Yudava king Satyajit, the royal treasurer of Dwaraka, who was the owner of the Syamantaka jewel. Satyajit, who secured the jewel from the sun god Surya and would not part with it even when Krishna, the king of Dwarka, asked for it, saying it would be safe with him. Shortly thereafter, Prasena, the brother of Satyajit, went out hunting wearing the jewel, but was killed by a lion. Jambavan, known for his role in the Ramayana, killed the lion and gave the jewel to his daughter Jambavati. When Prasena did not return, Satyajit falsely accused Krishna of killing Prasena for the sake of the jewel. 12 Kamidhanu, Hindu goddess Kamidhanu is the mother of all cows and the goddess of plenty. She is capable of fulfilling the deepest wishes of her devotees. Her iconography describes her as a cow with the head of a woman and breasts, or as the cow with various deities inside her. Kamidhanu emerged in the process of the great Samudra Manthan, which was the churning and mixing of the great oceans by the deities Asuras and Devas. Cows are revered in Hinduism because of the goddess Kamidhanu. Each part of Kamidhanu's body carries symbolic importance. For example, her 4 legs represent the 4 Vedas, the horns symbolize the gods, and the humps stand for the Himalayas. The cow is also worshipped as the mother of the earth as her milk nourishes human life. 13. Kali Barabi is a definitive type of destructive feminine goddess. She likes to kill sex demons. She likes to kill sex demons in her unadulterated eye cognizance. This structure has the name of Spark Karka Bharava. She has a red appearance and adornment in shimmering clothes. She has the moon over his head. Bharava has 4 hands, one of which he holds a brilliant colored gold vessel. She gives riches and flourishing. Kali Barabi's secret powers: performing puja on Tuesdays gives speedy outcomes. Venerating him decimate foes. In addition, people know Kali Barabi upon his defender, as he protects the 8 headings of the universe. In Shiva's sanctuaries, when the sanctuary is not accessible, people put the keys in front of Kali Barabi. Kali Barabi is additionally depicted as the defender of ladies. He is portrayed as the defender of the hesitant and all in all ladies who are meek in nature. Chinnamasta, the goddess who cut her heat, also known as goddess of sex, lust and death. She also known as goddess of sex, lust and death. Goddess Chinnamasta, also spelled as Chinnamasta, is a tantric Hindu goddess who is a form of goddess Parvati and is one of the 10 Mahavidyas. She is a symbol of self-control over sexual desires. Her worship is not very common, but she is a popular goddess among tantrics. She resembles a Buddhist goddess named Chinnamunda. In Shaktism, there are 2 main traditions, viz. Zrigula and Caligula. Chinnamasta is a goddess in the Caligula tradition. Goddess Manikeshwari is also often identified with her. 15. Matarini. Matarini is the presiding deity for all Shakti and Tantra peeths or shrines in Odisha. The origin of Shakti or worship of the earth as a female embodiment of power is found across many cultures all over the world. In Odisha, which has a high density of tribal population whose religious practices have been assimilated into the mainstream Hindu faith, the worship of natural formations such as rocks, tree trunks, rivers is widespread among the tribes. Matarini is always depicted as a red face, with 2 large eyes and a mark in the middle, which serves as an indication for a nose, and also a tilak. This primitive conception is symbolic of the simplicity of tribal beliefs and ceremonies. The red color has been attributed to dyes made out of iron ores or ochre, which are quite plentiful in the state, and would thus have been used by the tribes for anointing and decorating the sacred figures of worship. The ornate letters in the background mean Ma or mother in the Odia language. They were a much later addition, although the Odia script did change very slightly over the millennia. In this form she is very similar to the conception of the goddess Kali at Kalayat. Although the 2 are embodiments of the same divinity, Kali is the goddess of death and destruction, whereas Matarini is the force of life. 2 of the names of Kali are Ma Tara and Matarini. The hill shrine of Ma Tara Tarini, the breast shrine of Adi Shakti in Ganjam district of Odisha, represents the force of both Kali and Tarini, and known as Ma Tara Tarini. 16. Baglamukhi or Bagal, Sanskrit. 2. Ayat is one of the Mahavidyas, great wisdom science, a group of 10 tantric deities in Hinduism. Devi Bagalamukhi smashes the devotees' misconceptions and delusions, or the devotees' enemies, with her cudgel. The word Bagala is derived from the word Balga, meaning bridle or to rein in, which became Bagla, and then Bagla. 1. The Devi has 108 different names, some others also call her by 1182 names. Bagalamukhi is commonly known as Pitambari Ma in North India, the goddess associated with yellow color or golden color. She sits on golden throne having pillars decorated with various jewels and has 3 eyes, which symbolizes that she can impart ultimate knowledge to the devotee. As per Dhyan mantra, which depicts the same Savarnasan Samstadam Trinayana, Bagalamukhi is one of the 10 forms of the wise Devi, symbolizing potent female primeval force. The main temples dedicated to Bagalamukhi or Bagala Devi are located at Bagalamukhi Temple, Nalkita, Madhya Pradesh, Bujalathur, Gudu Uttarakhand, Kamakya Temple, Guwahati, Assam and Kangra, Himachal Pradesh. 17. Tulsi is the goddess worshipped and revered in the form of a basil plant. The herb has medicinal as well as mythological importance in Hinduism. The story of Tulsi is often associated with Vrinda and Jalandhar. Jalandhar, who was born through the 3rd eye of Lord Shiva, became very powerful and threatened the existence of the gods. His power was also a result of the devotion and fidelity of his wife Vrinda, who was an ardent devotee of Vishnu. In order to kill Jalandhar and save the world and the gods from his wrath, Vishnu decided to take the form of Jalandhar and approach Vrinda, thus leading her to commit infidelity. This deprived Jalandhar of his powers achieved through the devotion of his wife. After realizing that it was Vishnu, Vrinda cursed him to be born as a stone which is called the Shaligram. She eventually threw herself into a pyre and was reborn as Tulsi.